Hey, hello, and welcome, my friends. Thanks again for joining me here. We are in July. We're going to be covering the real estate market specifically in San Marcos, although we'll hit the larger areas of San Diego as well. But I really want to focus on San Marcos and what is going on with the market, because a lot of people don't understand what's going on. We have a lot of listings that have gone up and have come off because sellers could not get what they thought they can get for it. They don't understand the changes, and to be perfectly honest, there's a lot of agents that are not understanding what is going on with the market. They're kind of playing the same game using the old playbook, and things have changed considerably. My newsletter is out. Right now is the 23rd. I'm doing this in the afternoon, a little late, but better late than never. So what's going on? We have an affordability crisis, obviously, right? By the way, I probably should flash this. My name is Orzhel. I'm broker owner of Realty. Been doing this for 23 years. A lot of people have used me, know me, and come here for to get some information, right? And I hope I deliver things in a very neutral fashion. So let's talk about it. Last few months, probably starting in May, I've been telling you guys that listings have increased. We probably have 30+% of increase in listings. And we see more and more listings are not selling. Now, why are they not selling? Obviously, a lot of times the sellers are either not rational about the price. They're not understanding what's going on. They still want more and more and more. And, I understand it's our home, and a lot of times this is our bank account for a lot of people. This is all we got. And they want to get as much as they can. The problem is a lot of agents will tell them what they want to hear in order to get their listings, but after about 20, 30, 40 days in the market, the options have, or a lot of options have been taken off the table, because you really have two options at this point. You either have to take the home off the market, or you have to lower the price and chase the market down. If you followed me before, you already know I've showed you many times how time is money when it comes to real estate. The more days you have in the market, the less becomes the perceived value, or the perceived value is impacted with time in the market, right? So the longer, let's say you're on the market for 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to have some lowball offers coming in, if you have any offers at all, right? And if you're reading my newsletter that I put out, and today is the 23rd, some of you are already getting it. There's really three crucial elements that need to come together in order for you to be able to sell your home. That's number one is how it looks, so cosmetically speaking. Number two is the pricing strategy, and this is what we're really, really good at, right? And that's why we've been able to get considerably more than a lot of other agents. And we, like I said, I don't think we have a price reduction in the past 5 years that we had to do price reductions in order to sell. In most cases, we get considerably higher price. Right now, our average above asking price is still above 6%, so it's considerably more than others. But really, pricing strategy is key, right? Whoever you're using has to have that. And really, number three is the marketing strategy. All the agents talk about the same thing. We're going to market. Marketing really only matters if you know who you're marketing to. You have to know who is likely to buy this home, and then you got to be able to focus your forces on that. And that's what we're really good at, because you really want to get motivated people who can afford it, not just market. I mean, like I said, there's too many areas to market, online, offline, social. There's many, many different routes, and you really want to understand who's looking where and how do you find that perfect buyer for your home, okay? So again, how it looks, which we help you do if you don't have any money with our concierge program, right? We'll front you up to $25K to do some work. Pricing strategy and the marketing strategies. All those things need to come together in order to be able to get your home sold. In fact, the best time to sell it is the first weekend. If you go beyond that, two things have happened. Either the market dipped, it happens, or the pricing strategy was wrong from the get-go, right? And that's what happens. You're now in this realm where you don't know what to do. And a lot of agents are scrambling now because a lot of the listings are not selling. So, they might keep it there 30, 40, 50 days because the seller does not want to, at this point, reduce the price because maybe they overpromise, whatever the situation is. And if you're getting my newsletter, I'm offering guarantees that you'll get ultimately your price. Obviously, your price has to make sense to me when I take the listings. Otherwise, I'll just say no, thank you. But I guarantee you're going to maximize your equity when you sell with us. That's one thing I guarantee for you. Okay, so let's talk about the market. 30% more listings. And if I click on here, you'll see that rates, which is the key factor in any kind of environment, right now they're on just under 7%. It really hasn't changed. If you see, it really hasn't changed. We had a moment where they were in the low sixes, and that was around September of last year. But overall, they're staying in the sevens. Now, affordability is important. Affordability crisis. A lot of people can't afford a house. If you're buying $1 million house or 1.2, which more or less is the average here in San Marcos, you got to be making at least $150,000, $170,000 to be able to deal with the payments, because you can have a payment of $6,000, $7,000, which includes obviously principal, interest, taxes, insurance as well. Insurance has been going up. Things are going up, so you really want to consider that as a seller. Now, rates is a main factor, and what I'm also seeing is a drop in demand because a lot of people can't afford it. So what that means, rentals, a lot of people are choosing to rent, which ultimately is going to bring the rental market or kick the rental fees up or rentals up. So, it's a kind of a dynamic. Things shift and shift, but I can tell you right now, we have some pullback. There's a lot of homes that are not selling, some price reductions happening. We're going to take a look at it in a second. But let me just underline it again. I know I've been talking about this ad nauseum sometimes. Perception of value happens immediately as soon as your home goes on the market. If your home is on the market for a week or two or three after that, perception of value is going to drop, right? Especially in the market like we're in today, nobody wants to make a mistake. That's why when we list the property, it's very important for us to get all the buyers in at the same time. We want to make sure we create a few things, right? We want to have excitement. We want to have competition among the buyers. We also want to have social proof. People want to feel like they're not making a mistake putting this much money on a house. So all those elements need to come together, and that's what we were really good at with our In72 platform. If you want to get more information, you can go to in72.com and get some information there. And if you want, you can always reach out and talk to me about it as well. Now, so again, we talked about how it looks. The home needs to look perfect. If you're trying to get a maximum equity, you're trying to get maximum price, you got to make sure the home smells good, looks good, is clean. Very, very important to do that, right? And then the pricing strategy, that's when we come in, we work together to make sure we get you dialed in perfectly, because if you don't get it done right away, you're basically going to start chasing the market down. And if you ever had to chase the ball down a driveway, you know how hard that can be to be able to trying to chase that down. But again, rates are controlling things. Rates are going to be staying maybe at 6-7%. I don't see them going much lower. Even if they go lower, it still is going to be affordability situation. If they do go lower, the price are going to go up. So it's always going to be equilibrium. So if you are thinking of selling, you're looking for the rates to come down, and you need to buy another house, you're just going to be paying more for that house. So you really want to consider your options when it comes to that. So let me just jump on to certain sections here. So let's look at, first of all, I want to take a look at, this is Santa Fe Hills, and I include Ranches Santa Lena as well. Very small community of about 200 homes, so I included them as far as the new homes as well. Up above us, right, Ridgeline, and all the other areas there. So as you can see right now, we have about 19 homes on the market. Currently we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, about 12, 13 that have gone in escrow. And you can see time 11 days to 48 days for some that have actually gone into escrow. And as you can see, the longer you have 48 days, price went from $1,195,000 to $1,149,000. I can pretty much guarantee you it's going to sell much less than that. So we have plenty to choose from, and buyers are going to look at the best possible choice for them. And the longer your home stays in the market, the less becomes, the less attractive it becomes, the less perceived value it becomes. So that's really important. A lot of homes in the market. As you can see for Santa Fe Hills, we've had some closures, months of 1, 2, 3. Looks like we had that have closed in Santa Fe Hills. Not a lot. Like I said, this is Cordillera closed, Cordoba closed, and Avenida Fregata closed. And it looks like we have a Crestline as well, right? So that closed as well. Just to give you an example, I think Crestline is one of the newer homes, 90 days in the market, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm sorry, Crestline. This is, oh, I screwed that one up. Let me see where this is really quick. This is Crestline. Actually, I'm not even sure why that got in there. That shouldn't even be there. Sometimes our maps pick up things that shouldn't matter, right? Because Crestline is not in our community. So, but if you look overall at the closed listings, you can see this one closed on the 7th. 51 days in the market, right? Cordoba, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2467 square feet. $1,149,000 was the original price, and it closed for $1,050,000, which, as you can see, about $100,000 haircut. So, like it or not, this is just the way things are. Now, there's some that will look like opposite, like Cordillera, for example, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1736, original price $949,000, and then it closed at $980,000, as you can see that. So in this case, this was a contingent sale, meaning that they've accepted an offer and something else had to sell. So sometimes this can happen. But again, contingent sales is not something I focus on. I don't think they usually work out. A lot of times there's probably a 70% fallout rate, so we try not to do that. Anyway, so that's one, and I'm going to just swing back really quick to Discovery. As you can see, there's about 13 homes on the market right now. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7, actually 6, that's a newer one, so about 6 that are in escrow right now. Again, we can go and look at some closed here as well. Let's look at the most. This is Merit, and this is 2019. This is one of the newer homes. Let's see where that is. Let me pop it up. So this is Rancho Tesoro. Let's see what we got here. The single family, $1,225,000 on the market for 9 days, and they got exactly what they asked for. Again, time on the market really matters. If you go beyond the week, you're going to be taking a haircut, right? Let's take a look at another one here. Let's see, 7. I think that's the only one that closed. So this is the only one that actually closed this month in Discovery Hills. So if you come back, we'll be talking and looking at some more that are right now in escrow. But as closing, I know I've been kind of rattling here, but overall, it's really important to get things dialed in immediately. It really matters who's going to represent you. If you go over 10, 12 days in a market, you have an issue. It's going to be, you have to really make decisions quickly. Otherwise, you're going to be something that has been, and most of the people looking will pass on you. Okay? If you have any questions, if you're looking to sell, if you have any concerns, feel free to leave a message or leave a comment or get in touch with me directly. So I'm going to sign off. This is Orzhel, Realty Max. Thank you again for coming here and listening to me talk for a few minutes. Thank you.